snowing outside, and before we dive headlong into the new year, let's take a moment to think about what new products and trends we might see in the mountain bike industry over the next 12 months. So I'm talking new group sets from Shimano, SRAM, a lot more e-bikes, a lot more short travel downcountry bikes, and a few more trends beside those. Now, if you prefer road bikes, then you check out my similar tech trends video linked above if you missed that. But this video is all about mountain bikes, and at this stage I invite you to give me your predictions for what you want to see or expect to see from the mountain bike world in the comment section down below. While you're down there, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. But let's dive in with my strongest prediction this year for a brand new flagship Shimano XTR Di2 group set. So Shimano back in 2014, 2015 brought their road bike Di2 electronic technology over to the mountain bike side with their flagship XTR group set. And it's generally well received by the magazines and people reviewed it, but it hasn't been that popular. I mean, how many bikes do you see with a group set spec? Not many is the answer. So it has been as successful as you would like. That group set was 11 speed, and Shimano's current group sets are now 12 speed, with a big push on their new XTR, XT and Dior, the value orientated group set launched last year. So all 1x12 with wide range cassettes, and finally catching up with SRAM, who have led in this market for the last few years with their Eagle wide range group set. So to give it a context, there are big rumours and even patents over on the road bike side that their flagship dual race group set will be updated later this year, probably March, when the company celebrates its 100th anniversary, and the patent suggests it might be a 12-speed wireless group set, so copying SRAM's eTap technology. How you do that I don't know, but strong rumours it might be a wireless electronic group set. And that could be the ideal opportunity, the ideal tech if they have it, to also bring it to the mountain bike side as well as the road side and launch 2 new group sets. That'd be fantastic to see, and what a way to celebrate their 100th anniversary. Of course, it's all rumours at the moment and speculation, but who doesn't enjoy a bit of speculation? And I think it's clear that Shimano has to do something like amazing at the top level to really answer SRAM's Eagle AXS group set, which uses their eTap road bike technology with wireless shifting, very small batteries on the rear mech and even on their reverb dropper post. Whether it's better or not, or whether it offers better performance is another matter, but in terms of a showcase for technology, what the company can offer to really show what they can do and what they're capable of. So from Shimano to SRAM. Now SRAM have a top level flagship wireless electronic group set which I've been testing on a bike, link above if you haven't seen that. Very impressive technology, bringing their road bike eTap technology with small removable batteries on the rear mech and even on the reverb dropper post. Works really well, and it's fully customizable via the smartphone app, so really modern technology. And SRAM in the past were first to one by and really dominated the one by mountain bike market, and they're quick to bring that technology down to low price points. So GX came out really quickly after XO at the top. And I'd like to see in 2021 for SRAM to bring their top level Eagle AXS group set technology down to a low price point. So basically a GX AXS group set, making all that technology more accessible to more people at a low price point, I think would be fantastic to see. And the technology is there, just a case of scaling up the production or doing what they need to do to get the cost down so they can make it affordable at that sort of mid-range price point. And if SRAM can do that, I think they can really take back some of the market share they're losing at the moment to Shimano's very aggressive push with a Dior and XT 12-speed group sets, and really have that solid mid-range option with the latest technology. And I think that would give bike brands a bigger choice of what group sets spec on their bikes, and I think it give consumers more choice as well. And it would really make Shimano look at the group set, look at that flagship XTR group set and say, hey, we need to do a wireless electronic group set that really can compete with SRAM on a technology kind of front. So yeah, more affordable SRAM GX AXS, or whatever you might want to call it, would be fantastic to see, because that top level AXS stuff is amazing to use, it's really nice, but it's bloody expensive. So yeah, a cheaper version of that would be nice to see. So 2 big group sets. Another third possible group set we might see, but unlikely, but just putting out there just in case. Now you might have seen Campag, the famous Italian company, launch a 1x13 gravel bike group set called XTR last year. Link to my review of that above if you missed it. So a fantastic gravel bike group set, 1x13 with some really smart ratio cassettes. So the really interesting idea, whether they can bring that technology over to the mountain bike. All they need is a rapid fire shifter of some sort, and they have a 1x13 mountain bike group set. Bring out some bigger cassettes, hey presto, they're back in the mountain bike market, like they were many years ago, which older viewers might remember. Here's a picture just in case. So yes, the company has dabbled in the group set market in the past, but with not much success, so they stuck with the road market. But 2021 could be a return to the mountain bike market for Campag. Wouldn't it be amazing? Let's leave group sets to one side and focus on bikes. I'm not going to focus on actual bike models because there are too many to name. You can let me know what bikes you expect to see updated down below. So I'm talking about trends, and the first trend, which is an obvious one, e-bikes are going to continue to grow and grow in 2021. We're going to see a lot more bike brands jumping on the e-bike bandwagon. Hopefully you can see the prices come down, the weights come down, the range go up, and just generally better packages. That latest Shimano motor looks really good and really impressive ride quality. So more investment from more manufacturers in really smart, lightweight, smooth running e-bike technology. And you might think e-bikes aren't for you, which is fine, but they're clearly for a lot of people. Now, my local bike shops here during the lockdown, which definitely helped their fortunes, they sold a ton of e-bikes. They couldn't keep up with demand. The demand for e-bikes was massive. And when I get riding my local trails or further afield, there are e-bikes everywhere. Now, recently I went to Bike Park Wales, a very popular uplift bike park here in South Wales. Well, not here, I don't live in South Wales, but nearby, not far away from me. And there are loads of e-bikes. There are more e-bikes than normal bikes. And it makes perfect sense. You have your own uplift, you get to the top of the hill really easily, you bomb down, you don't have to use the uplift service, so it's cheaper in the long run, and you have more freedom to explore trails in a way you can't probably do on a normal bike. So e-bikes are really popular. And also, when you look at the prices of e-bikes, some normal bikes are crazy pricey, $10,000, euros, pounds, easily, but you get an e-bike for the same price. And if you've been riding bikes for a long time and you have a lot of bikes in your garage already, you might be looking at your bike thinking, well, I've got all the bikes that cover all the riding I do, why buy the latest version of what I already have? Why not buy something totally different and buy an e-bike? And it can coexist alongside your normal bikes. They offer a different ride experience. And for me, having ridden a few e-bikes, the ride experience is all about fun. E-bikes really put the fun back into riding, and they really put fun front and center of what really matters. You can ride further, you can ride faster, you can do more descending, you can go up the hills easier, you can go up the hills faster, and you still get a good workout on an e-bike. I've used a heart rate monitor on an e-bike and you really get a good workout. Your heart rate goes up, so it's not cheating in any way. You just find yourself going further, faster, and riding for longer because you have that e-bike. And what it does is remove the fitness barrier that does exist for a lot of people in mountain biking, especially if you live somewhere hillier and you might run out of puff after a couple of laps. But with an e-bike, you can do a couple more laps. You do double what you might do on a normal bike. So e-bikes are set to become more popular. And yeah, I like to see them go lighter, longer range, and just kind of more integration of the technology into the bikes to make them handle the way a normal bike does, with less of the compromises that the weight and other issues impacts a normal bike. So yeah, expect to see a lot more e-bikes. From assisted bikes to non-assisted bikes, the category of bike that really excited me the most in 2020, and I hope to see a lot more brands developing these sort of bikes in 2021, is what some people call Downcountry. So basically a short travel 29er that takes a low weight and efficient suspension and the essence of a cross-country race bike, but gives it the geometry and the burlier build kit of an enduro, bigger travel trail bike, and meshes the two together into a package that for me is everything I want in a mountain bike. So fast going up, fast going down, fast going across, just fast everywhere. And on 99% of the trails I ride here in the UK, they are perfectly within their limits. There aren't many trails where you might get out of depth on these bikes. And the reason that I like these bikes is because, well, they're easy to ride up the hills for a start. They have got that lightweight, agile, nimble feeling that I like from a mountain bike. And because I ride mountain bikes for that sense, that thrill of speed, and that is easier to access on a shorter travel bike. Now, the big problem I have with bigger enduro bikes is that the speed you have to achieve when a bike comes alive, and you get that thrill, that sensation of speed that you want from mountain biking, the consequences of a crash at those high speeds are quite terrifying, to be honest. Where you can get that thrill, that sense of speed, at much lower speed on a short travel bike, but you're still having as much fun. And I'm not really interested in speed across a section. I'm not chasing KOMs or segments. I'm more interested in how the bike feels, that feeling of speed, just feeling fast and feeling fun. And I get that on a short travel bike much more easily, much more accessible than a bigger bike. And they just work better on the trails I have available nearby and further afield, without going to Morzine or Canada where you have big rowdy trails for a bigger bike to come alive. So yes, I really like the bikes, and for me, these are pure mountain bikes. They are the essence of mountain biking, going back to when I rode a hardtail in the 90s and did everything on that bike, from downhill to cross-country, trials and trail. These downcountry bikes are the evolution of those bikes in that ability to be able to ride everything really well. So yes, hopefully more bikes in the category in 2021. One of the consequences of COVID-19 and the currency fluctuations and Brexit here in the UK is that bike prices are generally going up, which is pretty bad. So hopefully in 2021 prices will come back down and settle, but some bike prices are getting out of hand at the moment. And so I'd like to see more brands invest in value-orientated, value-focused bikes, especially with an emphasis on really good aluminium frames, like this one from Bird, a UK-based company, who make amazing looking, really modern, progressive geometry aluminium bikes, full suspension and hardtail, and they don't cost a fortune. Much cheaper than a carbon frame, so you build a whole bike with really good parts, suspension, wheels, group set, for a fraction of the price of a carbon equivalent. So hopefully you see more brands putting more focus on producing really affordable, like really good value for money packages that really put the money where it matters in terms of components, suspension, tyres and so on, and using a frame material like aluminium to keep the price down compared to carbon bikes, because the prices of some bikes are getting silly and out of hand. So that'd be my hot pick for 2021. There we go then, just my tech trend predictions and other musings on what might happen over the next 12 months. So 2020 was a busy year for the bike industry with lots of new launches and lots of new bikes, and really exciting in the end. Gave us distraction from the COVID-19 pandemic. And hopefully 2021 will be just as good in terms of new bike launches. And I'll do my best to keep you updated on all these new bikes here on my channel, Just Ride Bikes. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that like button if you enjoy watching, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook as well for keeping on top of all the latest news. And that's all for now really. Like I said earlier, if you've got your own predictions, put them down below in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on new bikes coming from the mountain bike world this year. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.